So I did something incredibly crazy. I only have 10 games for the Nintendo 64 worldwide set, and those 10 games are Japanese titles that I need. Well, I just picked up a game that I spent the most money on in my entire set. I even spent more money on this game than Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. This is incredibly rare, and it's a Mario game that you know nothing about. And the craziest part is that I actually bought a sealed, graded game. This thing is insanely rare, and I bet that you don't know anything about this title. So a little bit of a backstory on this pickup right here. This is a WATA graded game, and I know what you're thinking. WATA games, you know, there was just all this stuff going on with this, and they were just like bought out. So you really aren't going to see games like this anymore. But this one right here is kind of like a game, and it has software built in. So it's not necessarily what you're thinking when it comes to a typical Mario game. This is Mario no Photopea. So this one right here is just so odd. Of course, this is a Japanese exclusive title, but this is definitely an odd title, so it's really rare and definitely an unknown Mario game. And this is a spiritual successor to Mario Paint. It's more like a software, and it definitely is one of those educational kind of creativity-based game. So this is essentially a photo editor where you have to use in-game tools. So this is an odd-shaped cartridge, and on top you have two slots that you have to use, like these multi-floppy disks. Those are like early 2000s digital cameras that you need for this and the memory for it. So it is kind of like one of those like smart card medias. Now you have to use a camera with this. And of course, back at that time, this would have been much easier to use because everyone had a camera. Now we have our phones, so we don't necessarily use that anymore. But these, you can actually take pictures and then use those photos that you edit in the game. It's like photo editing capabilities, and you have these Nintendo branded stamps and graphics. So this is definitely a very odd game, or kind of like software based cartridge, but this thing does take quite a long time to upload those images. So it does have a little bit of a slowdown, but there are some like little mini games in here where you have like sliding the puzzles around, like these preloaded graphics. And then of course you have things like Zelda, you have Yoshi's Story, Bomberman. So it is very odd, and this game was definitely in development for the Nintendo 64 DD, but of course they released it on a standard Nintendo 64. So I absolutely love this just for the history. But on the back, I mean, it kind of shows you everything that you're thinking. So you have this camera, you have these like little media cards, you have this whole like frame around here, and you're using your Nintendo 64. I mean, I don't really know how to read any of this in Japanese, but it is pretty self-explanatory on like kind of what you're getting with this. But this thing is just so bizarre, it's so odd, and I'm curious if any of you guys even knew about this. And would you have bought a graded game? I know it's crazy, this is the first one that I had to have in my collection, and it's just so ironic considering the fact that it is a WATA graded game, you know, because they don't exist anymore. So definitely so wild, so crazy to have something like this in my collection now, and knocking a heavy hitter off the list. Getting this for like a mere fraction of the price because the person was local to me on eBay, and they like really slashed that price, so I did not pay the asking price. And instead of getting like a loose cartridge for several $100s, I got a graded game, a sealed brand new game for like a mere fraction of the price. I can't believe it. I'm still in shock. And now I only have 9 more titles to go for that full worldwide set. So I want to know, did you know anything about this game? Would you have bought this game or software? And would this have been something that you wanted to use back in the day when this originally released? I want to know in the comments down below. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.